I feel like when other League players address someone else's skill in game, most of the time it's to call them terrible or any variant or any alternative word they'd like to use, and other than that, they're probably calling someone a smurf. I've been on both ends. You can imagine which end I spend more time on, but this is one where I'm on the latter end for once. Here we are in a ranked Thresh game that I felt like playing for the heck of it, and we're up against Kayle. Now, Kayle prompted me to switch from teleport to ignite and from lethal tempo to press the attack because it is honestly an opportunity I just cannot pass up. We had this kind of impromptu invade that I don't think was planned, but here we are, helping the Amumu, who's definitely MVP, take this blue. Give him a nice premium leash as we walk up to Kayle and wait for his call. He says, yep, he's going in for this, so I wait for him to walk up, and we get the Kayle. First attack, her bone plating goes, get the press attack. Now she's trying to juke out some Amumu Q that she cannot dodge that distance. She could try, and she did, but at the end of the day, she's just... she could have tried and just run and flash, but it probably wouldn't work, and we're going to try and freeze the wave from here, so she, loses more, and we don't immediately push it and screw myself over for a counter gank or something like that. Anyway. Good start. As usual, this is like my first game of the day or something. I don't know. Tired as usual. Speaking of, today I really am. I wanted to stream today and I just kind of didn't. It also got really warm. I still kind of want to stream. We'll see. Now, you will have seen already because this is getting uploaded after. But Kayle pushes up the wave. And we're going to take opportunities to auto-attack her. Now, what I should be doing is retreating to the bush, but instead I go backwards, which is not what you're supposed to do. So, my bad. Sometimes going backwards works if the caster minions are not quite in aggro range. And sometimes they just kind of randomly re-aggro like there on that minion. This is okay. There's a rather huge wave, so I'm going to let the tower help me kind of push it back. There's too many for me to wave clear, and I'm going to lose quite a few to the tower, which is a little sad, and it will begin to push back from here. But this is okay, because I might want that, because having a big wave helps you use the minion wave to attack with you, get the ignites, get the pressy attack, which I believe will amplify the minion damage as well. It increases their vulnerability, not increases your damage. Right? I'm pretty sure. Starting to push up. Although, unfortunately, Thresh's pushing power is not quite enough, so it's kind of this half-ass push, which is going to crash here, but not reach the tower. That's a bit sad. So we're going to try, even take a tower shot, hit the mastery emote, and try finally crash the wave. Now, I do drag her up just to take a bit more minion damage. Then we're going to sit here and get the recall. There's a huge wave and a cannon that she has to clear, so I've got plenty of time to get back without teleport. We'll take Pickaxe as a high AD option that goes into many of the items we want. I think we know which one we want this game. Wit's End against the magic damage, and Shyvana jungle as well, the Orianna mid. Pretty low chance of me finding an AD champion for a while now. And here she just kind of walks up because her wave has bounced back. There's not much she can do about it. She can try and use the wave to attack back, but as a Kayle against a Thresh, who's geared for the early game of the ignite, not happening. She can't even get away because I've used Ghost. And of course, Thresh has tons of CC. This is going to cause her to die and put the wave in a terrible position for her. So we can just kind of even it out. Try and freeze it by our tower. So she once again will have to walk up. Okay, so we wait for her. Eventually she'll come back. There she is. And then we immediately start attacking her again. Because she's walked up to the wave. There's a very long travel distance, and Kayle is rather immobile. All she has is movement speed on her W. She's even going to commit the flash. She thinks she's out, but Thresh is a ranged champion. The lockdown from Thresh here was really, really nice at meaning she can't get away. We'll miss a couple of minions, but because it's frozen, it doesn't matter that much. But of course, because we are auto-attacking Kayle, it will begin to push, because that causes their minions to attack me rather than our minions, causing our minions to out-DPS their minions, and if you know how lane mechanics work, you don't need that explanation. Again, big wave. We're going to hook to get a cheeky auto attack and some minion damage on her. We see Shyvana is down at Dragon, which means we could stay, but instead I'm going to back and use my gold lead. We're 3-0 right now. We now have our Half-Hand Axe, which gives 15 AD, so 30 on hit damage at level 9, 10-second charge. And More importantly, it gives some attack speed. The move speed is okay. He's not the best at orb walking, but it does help you do auto attack to then walk up for a flay and things like that. And also just to keep up with them in general. And kind of the kite, it is a bit weaker for ranged champions. As you can see, it's only 10 move speed. But 10 move speed can make a difference. An auto attacker will go into the bush to drop aggro. That takes down her bone plating, so we can keep going. We're currently just trying to get the lane, once again, to come to that advantageous position by my lane. She's level 6 now, so she does have that range to outrange Thresh and, you know, somewhat be a bit annoying. With Shyvana nearby, I don't want to be attacking her right now, especially with that huge wave and her being level 6. Her ultimate is a good, like, second or two of me taking minion damage and her taking none, so don't want to quite do that. It does crash to the tower, but luckily 4 caster minions focus on me, and I'm able to, once again, set up a freeze. She's going to be attacking as well, so if I want to keep the wave frozen, I have to attack a similar amount of pressure, but unfortunately Kayle does have more attack speed and is just better at this, so that will happen. But it does lead to a decent freeze. Now, we do get this gank from the Karma. The supports roam all the time this season, I swear. We go ahead, push her into the box. We lantern the Karma in as well, and that made this really successful. We even have a slightly larger wave with a few extra casters that we can use to crash into the tower, make Kayle miss all of that. Look around to come back, lantern shield the tower shot, and we're going to clear it again, forcing Kayle to miss more minions, and really has to speed up there to get that. We're going to finish off Wit's End, get a dagger. This is going to go into Berserker's Greaves. We don't need Mectres into the Kayle. And we don't need tabbies because the enemy bot laners both are heavy auto attackers and Kayle is an auto attacker, but we're not going to see them for a while. It doesn't matter. I had to check that my mic was on. I panicked. I was like, hang on a minute. I don't remember turning it on, but it's okay. Also, lots of background noise right now. It's really warm. Windows open. I'm sorry. It's always really warm to me. Using the bushes once again, we're just going to pop out to last hit and hit Kayle if she'll let us. We've already killed her 4 times, so I'm not sure she'll let us again. Here, Malzahar's hoping for something, and I understand that we can potentially do, like, Lantern into Malzahar. That would work, but first of all, it was warded, and second of all, not happening. Kayle is really defensive now. For the rest of the game, I mean, we've been doing really good. Mid lane has gone mostly even, but mostly in Malzahar's favor due to the CS lead. And bot lane has done extremely well with the MF Karma. And we're doing great as well. Gonna go ahead and keep pushing. Shyvana's once again on the dragon. No need to fear whilst we're pushing. Gonna go for a cheeky hook, but she's gonna dodge that one. Land those auto attacks between tower shots. That's something worth practicing if you like playing ranged top laners like Thresh or, you know, the other ones. And gonna keep crashing it, since there's nothing to fear, and this lets me try and land hooks, and I keep failing. And also damage the tower, which is really important at this stage of the game, so I can push even further and then go help my team. Gonna go ahead camp here with the cannon wave, make it, you know, hang out just long enough for her to think I'm gone, and she is so close that I can still land the hook. And she's still in flay range when this happens. Now I stay around for an auto attack just in case, but the ignite tick is gonna kill her straight after her ultimate, as she already used her W, so it's all good. Now we could once again crash, the cannon minion's going to die, and we're going to get the tower with a huge wave. Push a little more. Shyvana just isn't coming top. She did come top that one time, but we had it warded and we were able to avoid her back off. Now she's really busy with those dragons. After a brief comment about my gambling addiction, going to go into the enemy jungle to get some vision before looking for Kayle, and she is once again already backed up. She kind of might have seen the vision plants on the map. You can take a look at Herald, and we're even going to start it. Enemy moves close by. The enemy top laner has absolutely no priority. The enemy mid lane kinda does, but that doesn't matter. I'm really strong, as is Amumu. We can kill everyone. It's fine. Going for the Orianna. Gonna go ahead, Ghost, tank the tower for a better angle for Corral. Just disabling the hood so you can see it there. And Orianna is going to say cringe. A standalone verb. Excellent use of language and very original. Now we're going to use the Herald to push 2 of these mid towers. Go ahead and hook the Kayle, by the way, over the wall because we had vision of her doing that. And then she's going to die. Malzahar ult is also going to keep her down. She's not going to even be able to ult to save herself. We're going to do damage to the inn here, but then we kind of engage on Jhin, which does a lot of damage. Unfortunately, not quite enough. And the Orianna is beginning to threaten to kill me, which is why I had to kill her, putting me quite low from her Ignite. And with the Shyvana and I believe the Jhin still alive, I'm going to take a hit. And I try to die going a different direction so Malzahar can get out, but he also sticks around and wants to help. So we all do end up falling, but we got like 2 towers. And the enemy kind of needed those shutdowns. Down to Dragon we go. Shyvana has claimed every other dragon at this point, so we're going for it. Jin's gonna walk up. I think he wanted a cheeky kill on the Malzahar, but he didn't quite get it. There's a Kayle behind us, but we're still looking for this Senna. Honestly, Senna might be stronger than... Oh, no, Senna is stronger than the Kayle. Gonna leave that to Amumu, because we saw Kayle has ulted Senna instead of herself, so she is easy pickings for me. I do a lot of damage, and then they say report top. Of course you do. This happens a lot when I win hard with Thresh. Like, probably this happens more often than people want to report me for being Thresh. Is when their own laner loses lane to Thresh top. They're like, how could you do that? And most of the time I think, well, let's be honest, you'd lose as well. Someone as mentally weak as that probably would. Jhin walks a little too close to Thresh, loses his life permit. Gonna get this hook whilst the Orianna has ulted, because that's how you should do. That's what you should do. Now I'm focusing Shyvana because I'm used to Shyvana being a fucking carry. Instead, she's actually got the Frostfire build, the Bruiser build. And I forget, of course, the support center is the real carry here, and I should have focused her. That would have been much better. So I will end up falling once again. And as you can see on the build, we haven't talked about this in a little while, we've got our Stormrazor. So as discussed in another replay video, Stormrazor helps Thresh snowball immensely by being the single highest damage item he can buy in a single hit. Because it has 40 AD, same as BF Sword, that leads to a total mixed damage from his passive of 120, counting your base attack damage, the damage an auto attack does naturally, plus the 120, and then it's really good. And you also get that slow, which has the utility to help you land a hook or a flay, more likely a flay. Extra burst, it's really good. Something else, attack speed, that's the one. As we know, Thresh does like attack speed, and it does have a little bit just to go along with that. And makes it not too bad of a DPS option either, and it providing crit helps you go into things like Infinity Edge if you were, but we're going to go into the Frostfire because our team does need that. And living longer to do more DPS has way more synergy with Thresh's entire passive rather than just going for attack speed or just going for AD or just going for tank. So we're using all the parts of Thresh's passive here. With the Frostfire, that turns this Wit's End and Stormrazor into Bruiser items, giving them 100 HP each. And we even get some size so we can be big and intimidating. Coming in for the next dragon. We're going to ward it. Now, unfortunately, Amumu is caught here and I'm not able to land a hook. My bad. I'm trying to get an auto over this wall because I swear I can. Maybe it's just because Kayle looks so big and she's a bit elevated, making her look even bigger. So I kind of get my team killed by just not walking over. But Malzahar is absolutely kicking ass. I'm going to come over, give him a Lantern Shield. Try for a hook. That does get juked there by the Shyvana. And you know what? Fine, I'll just hit Ghost. She tries to juke around, but you can't juke a Flay. It's an instant cast when cast towards Thresh. And there you go. Start DPSing this down. We don't do too much damage, but it's going alright. The enemy jungler just died. It's going to be fine. Now, I tried to Lantern Karma out of a 1v1, but of course, she's a support. And that will cause her to win, because supports have lots of gold and lots of damage these days. Night Harvester Karma, of course. Alright. Next item, Bramble Vest. We're going for the anti-heal against the enemy's Senna, the enemy's Kayle, and any lifesteal they may pick up. It's also just a really nice armor item for the enemy's double AD carries there. I don't really need the magic resist, I've already got the Wit's End. Otherwise, I could go for Abyssal Mask. Now, she's going to get suppressed there by the Malzahar and just take a lot of damage. Going for the Senna here, look how much damage you do on one auto attack first of all, and then the Stormrazor hit. There is going to be a cheeky little Kayle ult here. Senna feels safe and she walks forward. Unfortunately, I'm still alive. Pushing this up a bit. Now, I'm AFK because I was trying to do something really important towards the end of this ranked game here. So we probably could have done this a little smoother. So my bad there. But gonna attack the Nexus. Enemy team can't do anything about it. And apparently Jin has gone AFK. Or just died. I don't know. They wanted to report him. Anyway, that's an airplane in the sky. Ugh. Anyway, that was a fun game to play. And sometimes ranked does give you that. But again, it's 42 to 20. Kind of lessens the niceness of winning the game because it's just like, what chance did the enemy team stand when I guess matchmaking is like that. All the game is so snowbally, but that's besides the point. Thresh top is fun, he snowballs hard, and he kills Kayle. I had fun, and so should you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next time. See you in the next time, he tried to say. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.